The Los Angeles Times says California lawmakers passed one of the toughest vaccination bills in the country. The law would require mandatory immunizations for school children with few exceptions. The push began after the huge measles outbreak at Disneyland. CBS News legal expert Rikki Klieman is here. Good morning, Rikki.
Good morning.
So if this is signed, what would it do and what would it mean and who is exempt?
What we have are children in daycare, children in public schools, children in private schools, that they will have to be vaccinated against certain diseases, and I mean have to, that there will no longer be religious exemptions. There will no longer be personal belief exemptions. And what that means is that this will be one of the most strict laws in the country mandating vaccines.
So no vaccine, no school.
No vaccine, no school. Exactly correct. What would happen is you would have to take your child out of school if you have a religious or personal feeling about this and homeschool your child or put your child in a private study homeschool. Now, that's where the objections come in. So a parent says, you're interfering with this special relationship that I have with my child. It's my right to be able to say what poison, since that's how they look at it, goes into my child versus something that shouldn't go in. And my child has a right to a public education.
But doesn't it violate the parent's rights?
Well, the parents, I think, have a better argument, not that their personal rights are being violated, but the right to a public education is enshrined in the Constitution of California. So that's going to be the real legal ground here. And so maybe what the state has to do is if it says you have to homeschool or you go into a private study group, maybe it's time for the state to put things online so that kids are still schooled.
It's a fascinating debate because now California joins states like Mississippi and West Virginia as having the toughest vaccination laws in the country. And now you have, I think it's like 15 other states, or at least a dozen other states, that are now reconsidering their own laws.
Indeed, they are. And a lot of this happens. We have to remember what was the catalyst for all of this. And I think we know that Disneyland had a measles outbreak earlier this year, and people said, measles? We haven't heard about measles in decades.
And then 150 people were infected after that.
Infected, and the danger, of course, is that not only infection, but kids can die. So this created the impetus. Now, this is a highly emotional issue on both sides. The person who sponsored this bill, Senator Pan, has had threats, death threats. He has security. There are movements to have him recalled. This is emotional. Now what you have, it's on Jerry Brown's desk, on the governor's desk. So what is the governor going to do? Well, we'll see, and we'll see very soon. I wish I knew. People are betting that he will, but those vigils are going to go streaming out there to try and prevent it.
A really interesting debate continues. Rikki Klieman, thank you so much.